I'm Dr. John Bennett, President and CEO of CDPHP. On behalf of everyone at CDPHP, it is truly a pleasure to acknowledge the accomplishments of one of our community's leading suppliers of paving materials and construction services for the Van Rensselaer Corporate Award. The Van Rensselaer Corporate Award is presented to a Rensselaer County Regional Chamber of Commerce member that practices good corporate citizenship through its involvement in and contribution to the quality of life and economic growth of our community. The criteria for the award, which was established in 1993, states that the recipient is a business that maintains and increases its successful corporate presence in the community, invests directly in the humanitarian, cultural, and economic advancement of the community and its citizens, encourages and supports its employees and their families in participating in community activities, organizations, and institutions, maintains a positive and healthy work environment for its employees, and is a ready and willing business partner with other businesses located in our community. This year, we honor an organization that not only meets all these criteria, but exceeds them. I am proud to present the 2020 recipient of the Van Rensselaer Corporate Award to Callanan Industries Incorporated. Callanan is a leading supplier of paving materials and construction services in New York State. They provide a complete range of high-quality aggregates, asphalt paving, and ready-mix concrete products to state, federal, municipal, commercial, and private customers. They believe in continuing the Callanan family legacy and ensuring the long-term success of the company and their employees by recognizing that it is the contributions and hard work from their employees that have made their company what it is today. Deeply rooted and invested in the local community, Callanan understands the importance of community service, and they pride themselves on the impact they have made in people's lives as a company. Each year, they continue to work with local charities and organizations to help them in any way they can. Whether it is through a donation of money, material, or time, the Callanan team is always there to help. Please join me as we hear more about Callanan, their mission, vision, and values, all of which have established them as the distinguished company we are rightfully honoring this year.
At United Way, we fight for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in our community. In Rensselaer County, our efforts have been centered around working with nonprofit partners. I've known their generosity and their community involvement for most of my professional career. At United Way specifically, they are one of the initial investors in our 5 to Watch program, which is part of our equity agenda that recognizes the systemic inequities in nonprofit funding that have been going on for generations, and trying to dismantle them and build more equitable investment strategies so that there are opportunities for leaders from all different types of backgrounds to make a difference in their community. It doesn't come as any surprise, the list of the Van Rensselaer Award winners is long and esteemed, and I put Callanan and that organization right up in that stratosphere with those organizations that make community a part of the core mission of their organization. COVID-19's accentuated the way many are struggling throughout our community, and I believe that we're all going to do better when everybody's invested in that fight. Callanan's a company that's invested in that fight, and for that, we're extremely grateful for their partnership.
Make-A-Wish Northeast New York, which I'm CEO of, we're one of 60 chapters of the Make-A-Wish Foundation of America based in Phoenix, Arizona. And each of the chapters is its own separate 501c3 charity, which means that all the wishes that we grant are for critically ill children living within the 15 counties of our chapter region, including Rensselaer County, as well as all the money that we raise stays local to help local kids within our chapter. We rely totally on donations, charitable contributions from individuals, corporations, and companies like Callanan Industries and private foundations. And we've had a relationship with Callanan Industries going back to at least 2008. So our partnership with Callanan Industries really took off when I existed back in 2017. And we talked to them about considering sponsoring a wish, which they were very interested in, and also engaging their employees in that endeavor. What I didn't know at the time was that they were also working with the Catholic Central High School in North Troy, New York. And So they ended up sponsoring a charity basketball tournament, which benefited us as well as Catholic Central High School. As a result of that effort, that money helped to raise $12,000 for us to grant Noah's wish to go to Disney World in early 2018. But in addition, after the new year started, when we received the rest of the funds that they had raised from their employees for a wish, that money was used to help grant Dan McMillan's wish from Victory Mills, New York. And Dan actually is one of my wish kids. My fiance and I were his wish granters, and so we were delighted to be able to make his wish for an all-terrain vehicle come true and to be able to apply those additional funds from Callanan Industries to make this second wish possible. And I have to say that I was very excited and impressed by their level of interest and engagement with us and their desire to want to really be involved in helping to make a wish come true. So, and that's probably one of the most gratifying parts of my job, especially working with corporate donors like Callanan Industries, when we can really get the company behind it, not only in terms of just writing a check, but involving their employees in feeling good and feeling great about their company doing something meaningful, to help the community.
Myself, I grew up in a family business, Fain over in Troy, and Warren W. Fain Inc. And my dad was in that business for not as long as I've been here. I've been here 25 years, and I've been president of 7 years. I saw a need in that we needed to give back in the communities that were good to us and the communities that we worked in. So, bringing that kind of a philosophy over to Callanan, which already had a good corporate citizen, community involvement culture, but I think we made it local. We made it local. We're a corporate entity. We're a public company on the New York Stock Exchange, but they do give the local management team the ability to run the business the way we see fit. So, and that's where we've kind of brought in the, I guess that kind of culture of community involvement and giving back to the community that gives to where our employees live and where our kids and grandkids play. What we do is we go out to all our different locations and we ask the employees which local community cause they would like us to help support this in the coming year. So that we're doing it by voting now. Now when I'm on more of a corporate than I am in a family business, the buzzword of organizational health, I think is a direct correlation to our community involvement. My team here will constantly come in with organizations that they feel are, they've learned something about, or hey, let's put it in front of the group to talk about, is that one that we need to get behind. This team, as again, Callanan and CRH have been very fortunate that they were community involved. We just got more. We just even doubled down on that, on what they were already doing here. It has been the best experience for myself to be able to work here and to be involved with a company that had the same type of values where I came from in the family business. We're very humbled, proud of this organization. We love and enjoy giving back to the community. Quite frankly, I think we get more out of it than when we give, for how it makes us all feel. It brings us closer together as a management team. When we can talk about, we get a break from staff meetings and we'll just talk about, hey, remember when we do that, or that little boy came up, or this happened, or what. It's actually good therapy for us, frankly, in my mind, because sometimes it's all work and no play, and it's such a gratifying thing for us. So to get recognized with the Van Rensselaer Award for this group, it touched me a little bit deeper, as again, because my dad received it in 1997, and it's a little bit of a backstory to, for me to it, but for us to receive a chamber award, being that has to do with community service, and it's a big deal. It's a big deal for our team here.
Hi,
I'm Dan Ferriello, President at Capital Bank. As you all know, small businesses drive our economy. Without their entrepreneurial spirit and the presence of private small businesses in our community, Rensselaer County would simply not be as vibrant or prosperous as it is today. Now more than ever, these businesses play a significant role in our region's consistent economic growth and vitality. So it is a great honor for me to congratulate this year's Van Rensselaer Small Business Award recipient, Troy Webb Consulting. Founded in 2002, Troy Webb Consulting is made up of a small group of software developers with a passion for rapid application development tools. Since its inception, Troy Webb Consulting has helped hundreds of companies while building a culture of success and authenticity that has been recognized as a best place to work by the Albany Business Review. Troy Webb Consulting attributes their success to attracting a diverse group of talented, energetic, business-savvy designers, developers, project managers, and consultants who want to work on innovative, leading-edge projects. They pride themselves on 3 simple objectives: to bring agility and power of rapid application development to businesses, provide the best customer service in the marketplace, and to create an engaging and rewarding workplace that keeps their employees contributing and happy. Over the years, they've given financially and volunteered their time to organizations like the YWCA of the Greater Capital Region, the Ronald McDonald House, Troy Waterfront Farmers Market, Mohawk Hudson Humane Society, and the Regional Food Bank of Northeastern New York. On behalf of everyone at Capital Bank, it is with great pleasure that I present the 2020 Van Rensselaer Small Business Award to Troy Webb Consulting. Now let's hear a little more on their commitment to giving back to get a sense as to why this award is so fitting and well-deserved.
So the Troy Waterfront Farmers Market has been in existence for over 20 years now, and we started right on the waterfront in Troy as a way to help farmers find customers, access the city, and to get customers great food that's produced locally. So Troy Webb Consulting has been a part of the farmers market for, several years. One of the founders of Troy Webb, John Berschetti, has been on the board for the market for over 6 years now and served as an officer and done a lot. We use them for all of our web consulting services, which is our website, also customer surveying, customer buying. There's a lot of different aspects that they have assisted us over the years. Troy Webb is really wonderful, really community oriented, and I can tell you the number of times that we've needed some assistance and they've either stepped in a pro bono capacity or certainly at a reduced cost to help us to make sure we can get through, because they're right there in Troy and they want to see the community thrive over time. You know, one of the problems we run into as a farmer's market is to help low-income people access food, and we really had difficulty utilizing EBT and SNAP benefits, and we went to Troy Webb and approached them with this problem we're running into and how to actually process the payments. And I know that gets in the weeds a little bit, but it's a significant problem and it's something we think is important. And they stepped right up, found a solution, wanted to do it as an experience for them and to help the low-income community as well. And we found a wonderful platform in order to do that. I think that if there's an organization that deserves it more, I'm not sure who it would be. They've really done, so much for us as a market. And I'll be honest, I don't necessarily see all the other sides of the organization or of their business, but they've really been wonderful for us. And our market is there trying to revive Troy and to bring Troy, a great Saturday market with thousands of people that come in there. And I know without Troy Webb, we wouldn't be able to get that access on the marketing end to be able to bring people in. In terms of that, they don't ask back from us, they give to us. And so they seem like just the perfect candidate for this award.
Troy Webb Consulting reached out quite a few years ago now, and I believe they've been volunteering with us since 2017, I want to say. So they were interested in coming in and helping out. We have volunteer shifts run 7 days a week. They thought that they would be able to get some of their staff in to help us. So we arranged for typically between 8 to 10 people to come in on an evening. And, we never know what we're gonna work on. They always took that in stride. And we're always willing to help with whatever we threw at them. So we're really appreciative of that. And we've seen them consistently throughout the years, which we really appreciate. We really rely on our returning volunteers to help us. So I think a lot of companies, especially small companies like Troy Webb Consulting, they're more focused on the social responsibility aspect, giving back to their communities that they live in. Every time they've come in, they've been enthusiastic about the mission. The mission not only being helping people in need, but also alleviating waste. That's a big role that we are very lucky to, it's kind of a secondary mission to us. So, repurposing these donations that might otherwise go to a landfill. Well, I'm excited because I know that they're up for anything. They're super productive. They're always smiling. We have various pictures of them. We like to take pictures of our groups, and there's never been a project that they haven't tackled with good spirit. So we really appreciate that in a volunteer group. There's more ways to donate and make change in your communities than just money. And they have shown their willingness to contribute time, which a lot of people don't necessarily think of as valuable, but it's very valuable for us.
I'm Anthony DeBonis, president at Troy Web Consulting. Mark and I and John worked together in a prior company that was called actually Remote Site Technology, and we ended up in 3 or 4 different states. Company grew very quickly and didn't have any real process or any real backbone, didn't have a culture of any sense, and it failed actually rather not gracefully. So we all learned a lot from that failure, and we decided to start our own firm, but make some changes and start it right with the right process, the right people, and the right culture. And that's the seed that grew out Troy Web as a robust, provider of technology and software to businesses, any organization. It could be a state government, federal government, nonprofits are some of our biggest customers. And the work we get to do with the nonprofit sector can take on several different forms, from actually getting to use our craft, our skills, to write software, build a website, handling some kind of technology problem that they might need help with. And sometimes it's just getting involved in the organization and serving some meals up, or going to the food bank and stocking some shelves. Those are all opportunities for us to jump in and, roll up our sleeves, cut up a bunch of carrots, do some cooking together as a team, and we get a lot out of that. And obviously we get to serve the meal to people who might need it. Any opportunity we get to work with them, we've had little projects we've worked with them as far as their website or a token app, things like that. So winning this award as a team, as Troy Web Consulting, is really inspiring to the team, because they'll give up their personal time, they'll give up their lunch time, come in early in the day to do something to set up for another event. We'll put a sign up, put some balloons around, hey, thanks for last night, whatever you did. People got good feedback, people really liked the carrots you cooked up, whatever. But to be recognized from the outside, and people, that information got out, someone picked it up and realized the amount of touch points where our team is affecting the community directly. Our creative team loved doing that. Having the chamber realize what was going on and putting all the pieces together. Because if you don't have that broad vision and see all the activity that's going on, you don't realize that this much work is being done by a small firm in Troy, 30 people. So.
Anthony and I spend so much time working with folks just trying to get their business started. And a lot of times we're just doing it. We're just helping them. And because it feels good. Why do most people volunteer wherever they're feeling? Because it feels good. And it can feel good in different ways. Help feed someone, help someone get started. They figured out their career because they went through a JA program, or they, learned something about economics that inspired them to have a certain career. So trying to help people get fed, feel more secure is why we volunteer at the regional food bank. It's why we really like working with the food pantries, especially during the pandemic, helping them solve that problem of, again, it's data. We're trying to get what food pantries have food available. How quickly can we get that information out so people need it can find it? So that was a project that we recently did with them. And Anthony and I are really active in the startup community here. It's a different type of need, but again, still along that entrepreneurial spectrum. And so we've gotten into this cycle of going to the regional food bank, unloading boxes, and that whole sort of thing. And so it's just become part of our routine. When the opportunity came up to do work with the food pantries, it was a no-brainer for us. We certainly understand that mission. It's something near and dear to our heart. And equally important, it was a problem we knew how to solve. It was right up our alley as far as managing data, interacting with different systems, getting it to display nicely on a map, on a website, stuff like that. And we've been volunteering at the Regional Food Bank. We've been involved with food drives. This whole notion of feeding people that need help is something that we've been doing for a very long time right here in Troy. We used to, we'd have collection boxes outside the door when they'd be doing a drive and things like that. What it means to me to win the Van Rensselaer Award, it's very satisfying to be acknowledged for all the work that we've done. We do it because we want to do it. Our motivation was that we didn't have a checklist that win the Van Rensselaer Award. But the fact that it's being recognized is really special because we put a lot of effort into it, again, because we think it's the right thing to do. It's nice that other people are recognizing our effort. And I also think it's very important that our employees see all the effort we're putting into making this a better community for everyone is also being recognized. And it just creates extra enthusiasm to want to keep going and doing more.
We realized that, taking care of our community was actually just as important as our customers and our employees. And so it just kind of came to be that, whether it was people walking in the door from nonprofits saying, hey, we need help with a technology problem, or, we need to rebuild our website, or our website got hacked or whatever. And us just kind of helping them out and doing some pro bono work just to, help the community groups out. We really became focused on core values. And so, our core values here at Troy really focus around three things: being flexible, being kind, and kicking ass. That's what we got to do here. And that has really lent itself well to our community involvement. That's actually the cornerstone of a lot of things that I think we've done well at Troy Webb. And then just recently, the farmers market, their office flooded when a pipe burst. And Steve, the manager, called me up and told me that it was raining on everything in the office. And I said, well, anything that's not wet, you can walk across the street and into our office on 200 Broadway. And so they're set up in there now, and they've been running it. And we've got pretty big budget constraints with the market this year because of COVID. The market was seriously disrupted, and so Troy Webb's paying the rent over there. We're just kind of housing them for free and helping them save on their rent for now, and frankly, until we get reopened in full swing, they can stay as long as they want. So, and I think that culture of people here having one another's back, that just extends out to the community. Just like we said when we set out to build the company, we got to take care of our customers, we got to take care of our people. Well, it's the natural extension for that to then include, making sure that we're taking care of the health and well-being of our community. So to be on a list that includes the Music Hall and Dave Wojcicki and KJCG and Mosaic, right, and even the Valley Cats, right? Like, I guess all my aspirations of starting a business in Troy and naming our business with Troy as our first name, the idea of being on this list and being awarded the Van Rensselaer Award is just, it's awesome. It's great. It really means a lot.
Hi, I'm John Millay, president of Boucher & Clark Benefits, Inc. I'm honored to present this year's prestigious Edward H. Pattison Award to a very deserving recipient. The Ebbie, which is how many refer to this award, is presented annually to an individual demonstrating good citizenship through his or her dedication to improving the lives of the residents in our local community. I am honored to present this year's Ebbie Award to the Honorable Kathleen M. Jimino. Kathy Jimino was elected Rensselaer County Executive in 2001, a position she held after several successful re-elections until 2018 when she announced her retirement. Prior to her appointment as Rensselaer County Executive, Kathy served as Commissioner of the Rensselaer County Information Technology Department, Budget Director for the City of Troy, City Manager for the City of Troy, Principal Analyst for the New York State Senate Finance Committee, and Assistant Director for the Office of Budget Studies for New York State. With an impressive professional career, Kathy always found time to dedicate herself to the community. She currently serves on the Board of Directors of the Commission on Economic Opportunity, the ARC of Rensselaer County, St. Peter's Health Partners, and serves as the 2020 Board Chair at WMHT. She previously served as co-chair of the Center of Economic Growth's Local Government Council, and she was on the Board of Directors of the New York State Association of Counties and the National Association of Counties. As we all know, Kathy was an extremely busy professional. Kathy has committed herself to preventing alcohol, tobacco, and drug abuse in the county, supporting our youth and promoting the economic growth of our region, developing a reputation for transforming her community through advocacy, empowerment, investment, and compassion. It is a great honor to present this year's Edward H. Pattison Citizenship Award to the Honorable Kathleen M. Jimino. Now let's hear from former colleagues and friends of Kathy to learn more of why she is deserving of this incredible award.
Boy, you talk about the quintessential candidate for this particular award. If one talks about citizenship, certainly the first thing that comes to my mind is someone who cares about the community, and really cares about it. And what does that mean, caring? Well, it has a lot of aspects. I mean, it has certainly economic, how is the community doing economically, but it's also the cultural question, it's the humanitarian question, all those aspects of caring about a community that Kathy does and is clearly shown in her background and what she's done for Rensselaer County, and it is the essence of the Ebbie Award. And obviously Kathy's influence has gone well beyond Rensselaer County as well, all the interactions that occur. So I think she's the ideal candidate for it when I think of citizenship and caring about the community. So it was this ability to deal with complex situations that really appealed to our organization in terms of getting Kathy on the board, because that's what we do every day. A board member who has already had to deal with that kind of complexity in decision-making in her career is exactly what we wanted on the board. The leadership panel is put together by the Rensselaer County Chamber. It's for young leaders moving up through business and other areas here in the region, giving them a chance to sit and ask questions of a group of people who are leaders of large organizations. And over the years, it's been myself, it's been Gary Dake from Stewart's, it's Kathy as county executive for Rensselaer County, Lee McElroy. We've had a variety of people, but Kathy has been one of the regular members of this leadership panel. And I would prepare for it. They would indicate some of the questions that we were going to get asked, and I'd think about how I was going to respond to these questions. And over time, I found myself being less and less interested in what I had to say about these questions in leadership and much more interested about what Kathy had to say. And I was starting to take notes on how Kathy had handled particularly complicated situations because as county executive, that's what she does, handle very difficult situations and decisions. And to hear how she approached those kinds of decisions and made them was fascinating. And I became less and less a member of the panel and more a member of the students in the room listening to what Kathy had to say. And certainly she's been a mentor of mine and a great guide over the years.
WMHT is a public media organization, as perhaps you know, and we operate television stations and radio stations, both here and in the Mid-Hudson Valley and in Amsterdam. So we have four television broadcast services and a pair of radio broadcast services. I've been here a dozen years. Kathy was on the WMHT board when I got here and has been on the board almost without exception in all the years since. She's currently the chair of our board, having served in virtually every other capacity along the way. So I've had the opportunity to interact with Kathy on a regular basis, and she's been a tremendous leader and board member for WMHT and a longtime supporter of the station as well. So it's delightful to have the opportunity to talk about her because she's been such a terrific supporter of the station and of the community. She knows everyone and everyone knows her. Second of all, she's eager eager to go to work on behalf of the station. She's universally respected in the community and so tremendously connected that she's been an ideal ambassador, I would say, for the station to a whole group of different constituencies, both in Rensselaer County and around the entire region. She always thought of us as a service to the community. The work that we're doing is fun, it's entertaining, it's all of those things, of course, but it's a service about building a community. And as a woman who spent her career building a community, she understood that from the get-go and held our feet to the fire, that should be our goal, to be a service organization for the community. She's been a tremendous leader in that regard, and to have her at the helm over the past year, a calm voice in an uncalm time, has been an extraordinary bonus for us all. I would say I really can't think of anybody who deserves this honor more, and how delighted I am that she is receiving it.
Yes, I strongly believe that people should volunteer whenever they can. They should give of their time and their talent and their treasure for the community that's been so good to me, to allow me to serve an elective office and make a difference in my community. The ability to give back and continue to make a difference in my community is really important to me. Working in local government gives you the opportunity every day to make an impact on the lives of the people in the community, some of your neighbors perhaps even. When they call and they have a problem, and you can either solve that problem or connect them with the people that can solve that problem, you know you've had a positive impact on their life. And that's something that really drew me to local government. I think it's tremendously important for people to understand that we're not here just to improve our own lives, but really to improve the lives of others and improve our community as a whole. But if you can make an impact even on one person's life, and you can, put a face and a story to your dedication to service, it's tremendously rewarding. Because when we can all bring together people of all ages, abilities, backgrounds, etc., then we all learn from it, we all grow by it, we all benefit from it. And I think it's important too, when you do volunteer, that you get into an organization that you feel passionate about, and so that you can really dedicate yourself to those efforts. And I certainly feel passionate about healthcare and about the health of our communities. At this stage of my life, my board work means a lot because it allows me to continue to give back to the community, even though I'm no longer working in government, where I have that opportunity every day. To receive the Ebbie Award from the Chamber is really very humbling. I've worked with so many of the businesses in the community, both for-profit and not-for-profit, and I've seen the tremendous work that they're doing for their businesses, for their employees, for the greater community, and I know how much effort that takes on their part. When I was county executive, our industrial development agency supported businesses who were growing 9,000 jobs in this county, jobs that mean people are supporting their families, they're contributing back to the community, that we're all making a difference for others in this county. That's just overpowering, overwhelming, really, really rewarding. And now to have those entities, those businesses, those not-for-profits through the Chamber recognize me is very humbling, and I'm very, very appreciative.